Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to start Module 5, and in today's lecture we'll be covering the topics like Introduction to Machine Learning and what are the machine learning techniques. Now, first of all, let me ask you, what do you understand by machine learning? Machine learning. So actually machine learning uses some computation methods to learn the information directly from data without relying on a predetermined equation as a model. It means that machine learning is teaching a machine, teaching a system, or teaching a model based on data, rather than finding out the relation between input and output, the underlying all the systematic equations governing the relation between the input and output. We just take the input-output data and we make the machine learn from the data. That is what is called machine learning. So, what is the purpose of machine learning? The main purpose of machine learning is to develop an automatic system which is capable of generalizing from previously observed input data. So that system will have some previous or prehistoric data. So our main purpose of machine learning is to develop an automated system which is capable of making some generalizations from that data. So you are making the system learn from the data in order to predict something in the future. So many definitions are there for machine learning. This is another definition. Machine learning can be considered to be a field of study that gives computers the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. The machine tunes up its parameters using inputs from a known set of data to produce the right output. So you can use any of these definitions if you are asked in the questions. Now, this is another concept. Machine learning enables computers to understand data, manage results, and infer insights from uncertain information. So, machine learning, this is very important. Machine learning involves the development of tools that makes it easier to teach a computer than to program it. Rather than spending hours and hours over developing complex equations for a system, you teach the system based on data. So machine learning mainly involves the development of tools that makes it easier to teach the system or a computer than programming it. So there are several applications of machine learning, and a few of it include spam detection, handwriting recognition, speech recognition, data mining, language processing, stock market modeling, weather modeling, and so on. Now, when do we actually use machine learning? This is the next question. So actually, when there is a complex task or problem that involves a large amount of data and lot of variables involved, but there is no existing formula or equation. For example, in certain situations like for face recognition, speech recognition, in certain cases like this, it's always better to choose machine learning than developing systematic algorithms. Means that speech recognition, you will have a lot of words, lot of sounds. You have to make codes for all the sounds. So it is very difficult process to write a systematic model or program for speech recognition. Rather, based on some prehistoric data, we record some prehistoric data, based on that some output, and then model it. It's easy to learn. So such a technique is actually called machine learning. So, when is the second case when machine learning is required? When the rules of a problem are changing constantly, as in fraud detection, etc., we will go for machine learning. Then, when is the third situation when we go for machine learning? When the nature of data keeps changing and the algorithm needs to adapt to that. For example, as in energy demand forecasting, predicting shopping trends, etc. Now, the remaining part of the module, actually there is no need to repeat everything again because all this have been taught in the previous modules. But this is actually a repetition of what we have already learned. What are the machine learning techniques? I hope you know the different machine learning techniques like supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning. I have added one more to that, semi-supervised learning. So all these learning methods you already studied when you learned neural networks. So neural network is an example for machine learning technique. So machine learning techniques involve the same thing: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, semi-supervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Now, what is supervised learning? So in today's class, we'll specifically discuss on what is supervised learning. So this is one of the most popular machine learning methods. And what do you call it? You call it learning with a teacher. Now, what happens in supervised learning is that data will be given in the form of input-output examples. For example, you will have an input vector xi of n dimension or I dimension. I have represented dimensionality as I here. So you will have an input vector of dimension I. If dimension I is 2, it will have 2 data in a row. Okay, that's what is meant by that. And you will have an output data also. Output data can be categorical or it can be real valued. What is the meaning of real valued? Real valued is like predicting the price of a house. That is real valued or continuous valued. Then what is the meaning of categorical? Classifying as male, female, that is categorical. Okay. So either kind of these problems can be solved using supervised learning. But the only condition is that input-output examples should be provided. So what is the goal of supervised learning? It is to learn a mapping from space X of inputs to space of outputs Y given a set of training pairs Xi, Yi. That is, you provide with a set of input-output data and make the machine learn. If the input pattern is so and so, the output is so and so. If the input pattern is so and so, the output pattern is some other so and so. So in this way, based on the data, you make the machine learn. So the more training samples you provide, the more better the training will be. Now, so what is the meaning of this? In supervised learning, actually corresponding to the given input Xi, the desired responses will be known to the teacher. And what happens? The learning model of the system compares the actual output with the desired output, and the difference is called the error metric and the system parameters. For example, neural network is an example of machine learning. In neural networks, what do you do? The system parameter is the weight. The weight will be adjusted under the combined influence of the error signal and the training sample. So the adjustment is done iteratively until the learning system is capable of completely adapting the teacher. So once the knowledge is completely transferred from the teacher to the learner, that is, once the entire training process is over, the teacher will be thrown away, something like that, and the system will be left to deal with the environment completely by itself. Now this is a diagram showing how supervised learning works. This is with neural network. So the input feature will be provided to the neural network, actual output will be taken, it will be compared with the target error is used to adjust the weights of the neural network. There will be a specified algorithm for that. For example, if it is perceptron, there will be specific guidelines for that. If it is backpropagation, that will be your supervised learning algorithm, and so on. Now, what is a summary of this? The supervised learning procedure actually requires a trainer that submits both the input and the target patterns. For example, if you need to classify the objects into ball, skull, apple, you will have certain features that you take into consideration, like average curvature, the ratio of the larger solid diameter to transverse diameter. These are some parameters or features based on which you are going to classify the objects into ball, skull and apple. So these form your input feature pattern. So this is one example of how you classify objects and so on. Now, so given with an input-output pattern, your network adjusts the weights. Okay, so the most commonly used supervised algorithm includes neural networks, then backpropagation training for multi-layer, then Medellin and so on. Now, supervised learning algorithms can be generally classified into two. It is classification and regression. Okay. Now, what is classification and what is regression? Classification is actually classifying the discrete values, like classifying as male or female, true or false, etc. What is regression? Regression is used to predict the continuous values such as price of a house, salary, age, etc. So if you have a set of data, classification means categorizing into two classes or multi-classes. Regression, if you have a set of data points like this, what does regression do? It actually finds a best fitting line, which is the best fitting line for the data points. That is, to show the relation between input and output, which is the best line that fits the relation between the input and output. That is actually regression. Now, classification versus regression. First, we'll discuss on classification. So, one example of classification is email spam detection. So, there will be a model which is trained based on millions of emails based on different parameters. Means there will be some parameters on which you categorize emails as new email, spam, and so on. So that is one case where you apply the classification algorithm. So this is one application of classification for email spam detection. There will be some parameters for categorizing whether the email is spam. Now I can provide you with another example. I think I have not written here. Maybe it's some other place. Okay, we'll go to regression. We can discuss on more classification problems later, because anyway in module 6 you will have support vector machine. Again you have classification and regression. So common machine language, machine learning, classification and regression, you will be discussing even more. So you can write any of the applications anywhere, don't worry on that. Now what is regression? It is a process of finding the correlations between input and output variables. For example, predicting the value of output variables such as predicting market trends, house prices, etc. So what is the task of a regression algorithm? The task of a regression algorithm is to find the mapping that maps the input variable to the output variable. That is, you find y is equal to f of x. What is a relation? What is a best fitting function or best fitting line that shows the relation between y and x? For example, regression can be used for weather prediction. It can be trained based on the past data, and once it is trained, it can easily predict the weather for future days. Now predicting heart attacks. This is another example. So here it is clearly written, suppose clinicians want to predict the probability that someone will have a heart attack within a year. So the problem here is predicting the probability. So they will have data based on previous patients including age, weight, height, blood pressure, and they also know whether they have previous heart attacks within a year also. So now the problem is combining the existing data into a model that can predict the probability that the new person will have heart attack within a year. So this is the basic difference between regression and classification. You can go through that. So you have two exercises. In this one, which is regression task? It is actually predicting the age or predicting nationality, or which is the answer? It's actually predicting the age of a person. Now, which is a classification problem? That is your next question. It's actually predicting the gender of the person. So that's all for today's class. Please go through it and let me know if you have any queries. Thank you.